Hey guys! I'm so happy people seem to have found my last video helpful. I never expected so much nice feedback, so thank you all so much for that. It's been wonderful to see this anime get so much attention and to see such a reinvigorated interest in the sport of figure skating, and I love that people are just getting inspired to get out there and skate. I know there's not a lot of mainstream information available about skating. A lot of the references and things are very old and not easily accessible online, so I wanted to expand my initial video into sort of a series in order to hopefully provide some more cosplay-centric tips and really focus on the construction of skating costumes. So today I'm going to go a little bit more in depth into skating costumes, specifically fabrics. Last video, I didn't intend to make any of the performance costumes at all because I hate working with stretch fabric. 6 weeks later, Eros, Yuri, Fuchito, and Yuri are all on my list. I intend to do gender-bent versions though because, again, my vendetta against pants is long-held and passionate. I'll use my sister's competition costumes as examples where relevant. Unfortunately, I don't have access to any men's costumes, but the construction and fabric usage are very similar, and I'll insert relevant photos if necessary. So, fabric. Skating costumes require stretch, and a lot of it. This is not only to provide give for extreme movement, but also to provide that sort of super tight second skin look. You really don't want wrinkles in skating costumes, especially around the torso. This makes them look poorly made and inexpensive. The main fabric used is spandex, particularly Lycra, because it's substantial but has a good amount of stretch. Stretch velvet can be used, and although it looks a little bit dated, I really hope it makes a comeback because I personally think it has a lovely texture and looks really great on the ice. Often fun fabrics like stretch fishnet, stretch lace, and foiled spandex appear as accents, and they can be great for Yuri and Ice cosplays. Things like stretch suede, stretch vinyl, and stretch pleather should only be used as accents in men's costumes. They never really appear in women's costumes, and honestly, hardly at all in men's costumes. The main spandex leotard is sometimes flat-lined with white or nude spandex and/or power mesh in the torso area, as this is important to note. Skating competition costumes are not usually worn with any undergarments whatsoever, so this provides a little bit more coverage. Cutouts, plunging necklines and backs, and exposed shoulders are frequently used as design elements, but they're never actually nude. Instead, flesh-colored spandex or preferably power mesh is used and custom dyed to the skater's skin tone most of the time. I personally prefer power mesh since I really hate that ugly line that you get with nude spandex, and I think the mesh blends in much better. For something like Yuri's Eros costume, I would suggest using black spandex for the opaque portions and black power mesh layered over nude spandex for the cutouts. For anything requiring movement, floaty silk chiffons and georgettes are used. This covers skirts, full poet sleeves, draped designs, sashes, etc. Polyester chiffon is used in beginning level costumes sometimes, but silk chiffon is the fabric of choice due to its airiness, movement, and dyeability. It is typically custom dyed to match the spandex and layered for opacity. Silk georgette and crinkled silk chiffon are occasionally used, but plain silk chiffon is by far the most common. Of course, all of this is only relevant if you really want your costume to be an authentic skating costume. If you're not too worried and you're just doing it for cosplay, go wild with the fabric. Next time we'll cover how to actually construct skating costumes, which is a whole nother can of worms, but I promise a very fun one. Alright, until next time, happy skating! It's red costume Eros Yuri and Georgie. Georgie? For something like Yuri's Eros costume, I would suggest using plain back. For something like Yuri's Eros costume, I would suggest using plain back. For something like. I'm gonna cry. I can't English.